sometimes it's hard not to give up on people. But let's be honest, sometimes it's hard not to give up on ourselves. We've been disappointed, we've been let down time and time again, and we just don't see how things are going to be any different. But just the way that things are today, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way things are always going to be. Because some people start out in life and they start out very strong, but they finish poorly. Or they start out poorly, but they finish strong. So what we see today is not always an indication of the way that things are going to end up. And I'll give you an example from that from Scripture. In 2 Timothy, Paul was writing at the end of his life, right before he was to be executed. And around chapter 4, verse 10, he says, but Demas, hath forsaken me, having loved this present world. Now, other than just being a funny sounding name, because we don't call people Demas anymore, you wouldn't really think too much about that. This is just somebody that had forsaken Paul. But if you read the other letters that he'd written, like Philemon and Colossians, this is the same man that Paul had mentioned being a fellow soldier, a fellow laborer, someone that he had partnered with in ministry, traveled, ministered to other people, preached to people. This was a companion of his that he trusted and held dear. But towards the end of his life, he deserted Paul when he was about to be executed because he loved this present world. So, oftentimes, people do desert us, or, they wander away, or they go running away. Maybe you're in somebody that's like myself, and you're in recovery, and you have friends, and sometimes close friends, and meetings and groups that just take off, they relapse, they go back out there, and you don't know that they're ever going to come back. But don't give up on people. That's what I wanted to stress to you by saying all of this is, to not give up on people, because we only see a small window into someone's life. We're not like God, who sees the end from the beginning. We don't know when he's going to turn that person around. We don't know when he's going to bring that person back. So we have to just trust him. Keep praying for that person. Keep trusting that God will see them through, because he has promised to never leave nor forsake those that are truly his. Now, we're going to be quick to do that, because when people disappoint us, let us down, we're ready to just cut them off, get those scissors out, snip them off, and never think of them again. But God is not like that. And we can all be thankful that he's not like that, because he wasn't like that with us. So don't cut people off. Don't just completely write people off because they're having a bad day, a bad month, a bad year. But trust that God is working in that person's life and will bring them back.